There's huntsman work, and then there's work that only a huntsman can stomach. In Mistral, you'll get both kinds. Full of thieves and assassins, this is a region where the people can be just as, if not more, dangerous than the Grimm. If you don't know how to watch yourself, a wrong back alley can swallow you up just as easily as a manticore. It's the type of place where secrets live in the open. Perfect for the brazen sort to make an unscrupulous living. Unlike Vacuo, this isn't where people go to disappear. It's where they go to make empires. Hidden amongst the winding mountains and in the belly of the underworld, you're sure to find them. Just make sure you don't stick your nose too far where it doesn't belong.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Grimm campaign. I'm your host and headmaster, Eddie Rivas, and with me is Team SAFR. I think I switched that from is to R every single week. It's fine.
Doesn't matter.
No verbs. And yeah, let's go through our introductions here, starting at the top left.
Hey, I'm Chad James. I play Asher Mora.
I'm Laura Yates, and I play Arashtra Sky.
I'm Carrie Shawcross, and I play Pike Right, and I cracked open an energy drink, so let's do this.
I'm Chris Gokinos. I play Phoenix Nemean, and this is a damn fine cup of coffee.
Let's get that recap from Asher about where did we end off last week? What all happened?
I hope you can remember.
Yeah, if only we could. Okay. Last week's episode was probably the most intense we've done, and that's saying something because we've had some crazy episodes. This was us infiltrating. I almost said influencing. Infiltrating the Hana base. We left off the previous episode, but just Pike getting the ever-living hell kicked out of him. You know, Eddie did his best to try and keep us into a fight with Vermilion, but you know we outsmarted him. So we made a.
I would say outsmarted.
I'm sorry. I think hey Eddie, I think you asked Asher to recap. Get back in your corner.
Okay.
So we made a daring acrobatic escape. Well, we started as everyone in the air escape, but then honestly it was amazing. Arastra and Asher ended up flying through the roof and having this crazy rooftop battle, while then down below, Phoenix, our big old himbo, had our lovable taupe and our lovable Pike under each arm. They performed a
lovable
jousting team attack to bust out and just make their way out of this warehouse, while I threw everything I had in my arsenal, teaming up with Arastra to basically just keep Vermilion away from us, because he seems like a monstrous powerhouse who can leap small buildings in a single bound and use Pike's aura, or potentially anyone else's aura, and that scares me and everyone. We eventually managed to keep him pinned to the ground, slowed him down enough to get into our escape truck, thanks to our friends from the Hearth, Beeve and Keister, and we made a daring escape, and he still tried to come after us, but then Arastra
T-1000 style.
Yes,
running
exactly.
down the street.
I hate that.
He took off all of his clothes and stuff too.
Yeah, it was weird.
But the final thing that allowed us to escape was Arastra paralyzing him, and he did not look happy as we turned the final corner and made our way to hopefully freedom, and that's it.
Well,
it was
the
a
truck
daring
exploded.
escape,
yeah.
big battle.
What?
So we'll go ahead and kind of like roll things forward just a little
Roll?
bit.
Roll to what? Roll to
We'll
forward.
say that Beeve and Keister, I almost called him Keeve and Beaster. That would have been stupid, right?
That'd be silly. That's their
that'd be
last
silly.
names. It's Beeve, Beaster, and Keister Keeve.
Or is it Beeve Key? Oh god.
Beeve Keeve and Keister Beaster.
So yeah, they we'll say that you kind of give them directions. They drop you off kind of at a sewer entrance there in the warehouse district, and you guys are making your way kind of back into the sewer. You have kind of Taupe with you, and he's super grateful that you guys came to rescue him. He had no idea what was going on. He was just trying to confront them. But yeah, so Taupe's very thankful that you guys came to save him. And yes,
Is there any type of like medical treatment that he can get down here to kind of like rest up?
Sure, yeah. Again, we'll kind of talk about kind of the state of things, like while you guys are walking down through the sewers. Taupe tries to inform you, but you guys already knew this from Raz and Fuchsia that the Hana gang knows kind of all about this place. They know where it's located. They know what's going on down here. And right, so that's definitely a concern. Taupe has that concern. You guys already know this. And as you guys are kind of like walking him back, I don't know if you have any other questions for him or anything like that.
Can I just like give him a hug?
Yeah, you
I don't want to say
give
anything. I
him
just want to hug him.
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
So you guys are making your way through the sewer. You reunite with Taupe. You give him a good,
Big
good
ol'
solid,
hug.
good solid hug.
Can I give him a new Deputy Huntsman sticker?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
you got
badge.
one.
Where
There you go.
are you finding these?
I lift up. I had his old one and I taped it together.
There you go.
And then when I see you do that, I just kind of I put it. I lower it. I put it back away. I'm like, okay.
So he takes that. He takes that, and he kind of looks kind of solemnly at it, and he's grateful for it. But he kind of gets the serious look, and he's like, I really have a long way to go before I can really be a huntsman like you guys, and this really showed me that. I tried to take those guys on, and then they brought the Hana gang, and I wasn't ready for it. So I just need to train harder, and I need to work harder and be smarter and do all the things that you guys said when you were training us.
I want to tap him on the shoulder and be like, Taupe, here, you're a huntsman here.
Give me a charisma check on that one.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
come on.
Come
he
on,
just- he
I'm
went through-
just trying to be a genuinely nice
went through an
person.
ordeal.
This is gonna be daft
Chris, we're
all
gonna be
over
able to.
again.
I was gonna say we're gonna be able to rest soon. Use burn it aura.
Straight charisma +2. What did I roll? A 6, 8.
Okay, yeah.
He's
So
an
you
injured
say
kid.
that to him, and he appreciates it. But he's like,
Just- But
Not
he doesn't
inspired.
feel it.
he doesn't feel it. He doesn't feel it in his heart, and
All right.
he kind of knows what he just went through.
Damn
and-
it.
I would also like to do
Yeah.
a charisma check, but mine is just from
Sure.
Asher just looking at him and going, just giving him a nod, just a nod of
Oh.
approval.
Okay.
Hey, congrats.
Damn it! It was an 8. It was an
Yeah,
8.
yeah, same thing. He just, he's
Man.
like, yeah, thanks. He kind of like pats on the sticker, and he's like, we should get back. We should get back. Yeah. So you guys make your way into the sewers, and things are kind of hectic when you get down there. Right, like Takai is actually not in his office, and he's kind of like moving around and starting to direct some stuff, and he sees you guys, and he's like, where did you guys go?
We paid a visit to the Hana gang.
He's why? Like he's like totally like flummoxed by that.
It turns out, Fuchsia and what was it, Barry? What?
Raz, but
Yeah,
close.
yeah.
Raz.
the other
Yeah.
half of that.
It turns out, Fuchsia and Raz, two members of our illustrious army, were actually giving information to the Hana game. The Hana game was honestly really scared of Taupe. They took him and they tried to hurt him, but we went in there and we helped him out because that's what teammates do for each other. And I look at him.
You give me a charisma check.
I swear to God, Carrie.
13.
There you go. Okay, so you finish saying that, and Taupe, like, he kind of hears that, and he's like, yeah, like he believes that, and yeah, that you encourage him, like that he gave the Hana gang a run for their money, right? Takaya hears all that, and he's like, did you learn anything about the Hana? Is there anything that could be useful to us here? And
Vermilion is very strong.
Yeah, the guy's a real pain in the butt.
You can
So they
also
know every-
recognize and utilize our semblances, or at least we saw him do it once.
he's really surprised by that, and he was like, okay, that's good to know. Not much is known about him. Like, like we said, he was new in town and just kind of showed up out of nowhere and had kind of his own agenda. That's pretty alarming.
I think the worst part is he knows about the location of this place. He knows everything that we probably don't want him to know.
Raz and Fuchsia came back, and they explained all of that. It's kind of why we're
Good.
rushing around. We're trying to figure out what else we can do. We also we have some other information that I think would be useful, that we need to figure out how we're going to act on it really fast.
Should we sit down?
He's like, I don't know who we can trust anymore, so let's head back to my office. So he kind of ushers you guys back there. Right,
I'm gonna sit
he-
backwards.
He sets Taupe off.
I want to see the logistics of this.
Oh, my chair's very wide at the base.
So yeah, he kind of
Go
sends
on.
Taupe off on his own, and yeah, you guys regroup in Takaya's office, and he kind of gets this really serious look, and he's like, so we've got a couple of things we need to kind of get everyone moving, but we have an opportunity. We have received word that that there is a large aircraft shipping, like aircraft carrier type vehicle here, docking with the airship bay in Kuchinashi, and the Wave are apparently they are tired of your antics, and they are just going to ship pretty much everything they've got left on this dust carrier. They are loading it up as we speak, and it might behoove us to move quickly and figure out how to stop these items from leaving the city.
That's terrible.
So at this point, Asher's just like, great. Like it's just been like one thing after another.
We don't have time to rust. We have to go.
Takaya nods, and he's pretty serious. He's like, I think this is the time to get whatever resources you guys have managed to get together and see what we can do to stop this thing from lifting off.
Yeah, maybe we should go let Abigail know. It's time.
I do think we should follow up on Templeton because we still don't know what else he found.
Templeton has something else for you, I'm pretty sure.
Takaya, can you come with us?
To
No,
Templeton.
just to
You
Templeton.
need-
Yeah,
you
we
just
just
need
don't
a-
That
talk to
guy's
him.
the worst.
You don't, I don't really like him either, is the thing.
Yeah.
I consider myself a pretty patient
Oh my
guy.
God.
I thought so, yeah.
And I don't have a dislike for hardly anybody in
Same.
the world,
But
but Templeton.
okay, we can do it
Yeah.
ourselves. I'm sorry.
But so he definitely recommends going to see Templeton. Templeton can help you with learning a little bit more about kind of this airship port, about the airship if you have questions about that. And yeah, so like he kind of reiterates this aircraft carrier type dust carrier is this huge cargo ship is going to be taking off from the city. The Wave are going to be in control of it. He also lets you know, like, we know that Vermilion Raddick wants these things. You can probably expect him to kind of show his face at some point. This is going to be heavily guarded, and they are not too happy about what you guys did to their caravan. They are just ready to move these things, and from what we hear, they're going to be shipping it to the capital city of Mistral. And once it gets there, I mean, who knows who can get their hands on it.
You know, after a few more episodes of stress, this whole event seems like it has a big finality to it.
He says, yes,
Thank
it
you.
almost seems like you have been building up to this for some
It really
time.
does.
Great. Aside from the carrier that came in, is there any word, any news of anything else that's been landing or coming in? We're still wondering if our message got out.
No, he hasn't heard anything about any other ships coming in. This carrier, once it gets up in the air, maybe it would be able to, maybe it has some kind of long range communication that'd be able to reach outside of the city. Okay, so in terms
And
of
Abby.
resources, right? You guys have Graydon and his crew.
Yeah,
you do have the kids, right? Like again, how you want to use them is up to you, right? But
Front lines.
right. but they have been training, and you guys were able to get some different bonuses to them, right, through the lessons you gave them. Not so much Arashtra, but everybody else. Right, you've got Tope back, and he's able to lead them. The thing that you missed out on, right, you weren't able to kind of reunite the city guard, right? But you do have them. You have some of Graydon and his crew, and you have Abigail and the Hearth.
Cool. Let's move it on. Let's go. I want to go to Templeton's.
Okay, so you guys head to Templeton, and right, he's kind of scrambling around his shack. He looks over to you guys, and he actually is. You expect him to kind of like do his like number scenario,
number,
but he
yeah.
actually looks a little sheepish, like a little taken aback when he sees you guys, and he comes over and he's like, I really should have foreseen that there was someone sabotaging the gates, and I feel really badly that someone got hurt because of it, and that could have been really bad for all of us. And so he's cowed a little bit.
I want to put my hand on his shoulder and say, hey, it's okay. We all make mistakes, but like in a positive way.
Yeah, he definitely does not like human touch, and he's kind of like pulling your hand away, and he's like, well, my mistake almost cost everyone their lives, and that's something that I do take seriously. And you can tell that he actually feels the weight of this responsibility very deeply.
Asher leans in. What do you got for us?
So yeah, Templeton produces this amulet that has looks like it's got like the swirling dust energy. Right, that's kind of swirling through it, and it kind of on the orb in the center of it, it's kind of got this like rainbow colored effect. Templeton hands this to you, and he's like, this amulet here actually helps keep you hidden from Grimm. So you would think about this.
Give it back. Give it back.
So I do like that idea. However, something like that has not really come up yet.
But we're about to go to war with the wave, and if they have the ability to control Grimm, then
Yeah, then I'll be safe, so I'll keep it. I'm willing to bet that all of these are targets to a degree.
We know that Vermilion's going to be hitting up the wave. If they're trying to get these artifacts out the city, you know he's going to show up. And we know he wants that gauntlet.
So we can use that to our advantage.
I think
So-
he would like any of these items.
Which is true. The question is he going to plan to try and hit this location while we're out doing that?
Yeah.
What did Takai say when we were talking about the escape plan? Like, does he have another location? Are they leaving? What are they doing?
Yes, they do have a backup plan, but that for as far as everyone's concerned, this is like all hands on deck time.
Can I intimidate him into giving us the next artifact?
Yeah, you give me an intimidation check, and he might tell you what it is. Only one of you's getting to do this.
17.
Okay, how are you doing
Nice.
this? How are you intimidating him?
I would like to lean close into him and put my arm on his shoulder, but with like a grip so that he can't just brush it off and be like, did you find anything else?
He like freaks him out pretty bad, and he's like, yeah, and he like scrambles and shows you. And he's like, I really don't know much about this. It's almost like an ancient form of dust. And he kind of shows you this kind of like crystallized piece of dust, but it looks different than any dust that you've seen before. He says it seems to help regenerate aura, but it does not seem very stable.
Well, I think we're good, guys.
I think we're okay.
You know what? This actually sounds very intriguing to me.
Are you going to give
Yeah.
up the explodey jawbreaker?
That's interesting. We have other things that explode.
Yeah, like everyone here. I mean, I don't have a ranged weapon, but I can throw this thing and I can huck it at stuff. But aura, I burn through aura like it's nobody's business because I'm in beast mode. So y'all are up by the thing, and I'm kind of standing in the back, and I hear this, and I walk up and I put down the jawbreaker, and I like
It explodes. It explodes
I
on contact.
slowly
Yeah,
put down
yeah.
the jawbreaker, and I pick up the dust crystal, and I like look at it, and I'm like, this will be handy, and I go ahead and I put it in my bag.
He's like, okay, well, let's get down to business here. And he starts kind of like detailing kind of the way some of this this airship port / hangar works, right? It's this big series of airship docks that is set up against the side of the mountains, right? Like it's a part of the city that you travel through some caverns, and it opens up like the mouth of this enormous cavern where they've built docks onto the side of the mountain, and that's where these airships come in and dock. You know, from the layout that he gives you, imagine it kind of like there's an area that's a little bit like a marketplace / airport security, right, where they have some guards. You know, he said formerly that would have been the city guard, but now that would definitely be some of the waves people, I'm guessing. So right, you need a special kind of kind of clearance to get through this area and to walk straight through into the docks. When they knew that this was happening, Templeton started working on a badge for this, but he only had time to make one. He can make more than one, but it wouldn't be surefire whether or not it would work. There's that approach, kind of walking straight up, but that will give you some of the most direct access to the docks. And when you guys get there, this is kind of on the like the main hangar bay. This is an enormous carrier. He kind of gives you some of the specs on it. It's like a stolen Atlesian ship. You know, he can send you a little bit of the layout to your scrolls. It's got like this big dust core engine, right, that could be disabled to keep it from lifting off. There's different access points, right, that you can try to enter it from to get the cargo out before it goes anywhere. He lets you know about the aircraft carrier, and then he also tells you about the right, there is a sewer entrance that would lead to a defunct, like an old hangar that's kind of caved in, that would lead you over there, but it wouldn't give you as much direct access to the carrier. There would be a lot that you'd have to work your way past, and they're not really sure what it looks like on the other side of it because it's been collapsed there for some time. And then he also lets you know about, right, there is the cliff face itself, right? There is a way to go from kind of the upper areas of the city and work your way down the cliffs. Yeah, there's also right, security kind of walking for the hangars. There'll definitely be a wave presence on board the ship, and kind of supervising the loading of the cargo up into the cargo bay. He said, like, there's different things we can do if you guys need a distraction, right? You can talk to Takaya if you need some people to help you out. But yeah, he kind of gives you the layout, and kind of sends you some of the schematics of the ship.
I was gonna say 2 of us take the cliffs, and then maybe 2 of you try and go in the front entrance. See if we can stage a delivery or something like that.
I feel like if we go the keycard route, whoever goes that route should have the ability to use that stealth cloak.
Why don't we have all of our child army and sewer people go up the collapsed.
Sorry, sewer people just
Sewer
put like a
people.
very specific image in my mind.
Yes.
Kind of messed up, yeah.
they're like
Grayson's people, right? That was his name?
Graydon,
Graydon,
yeah.
Graydon.
Graydon, so close. So we have Graydon and the child army. They go through the collapsed tunnel. Then we go talk to Abby. We send them to like make a big ruckus at the front gates, and then meanwhile we go down the side of the mountain.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the idea of dividing 3 ways and having, even if, I don't know, Phoenix and Pike, if you feel comfortable going down the cliffs with us, I at least feel like we should divide and have people approach every entrance.
I could go with the hearth through the front door
With a badge, you mean?
with a badge, yeah.
And then Pike could take the child army through the tunnels.
Yeah.
I'll take everybody. I'll be Gandalf, and I'll
There you
come
go.
at the end. Can I get my hands on some explosives, please?
Yeah, he tells you that you can talk to Kaya about any supplies
Okay.
that you'll need, but you guys have a small cache of dust down here that you could use to your advantage if you really need it.
Let's give those kids some grenades.
We'll go ahead and say that
I sent a runner.
Yeah, or like when Beav and Keister like dropped you guys off, that they kind of got the sense that like, okay, we're gonna kind of get, so we can have Abigail already and them already kind of on the way back to the sewer here, right, to meet up with you guys, and probably need some talking that needs to happen either to Graydon or with Taupe and the kids, just to kind of talk them through the plan, and if there's anything that y'all need to say to
Children.
them or convince them of.
Yeah.
You may not all survive.
So which groups are going with who?
My thought was us being undetected. Like, you guys are both going to make a lot of noise as soon as you're detected, because you're going in with Graydon and then Abby in the hearth.
About how many kids are there, and about
Indeterminate
how many
number.
of Graydon's members do we have?
We'll say you have a total of like 10 with you, right?
Okay. And how many from Abigail?
Right, we'll say kind of about the same thing, like a half a dozen of her like assassin people.
I was
the
expecting a lot.
The numbers won't.
I
the
was
numbers
also
won't
expecting a lot more.
Right,
Half
we'll
a
say
dozen?
we'll say a dozen. We'll say a dozen of Abigail's people.
I hand Phoenix back his scroll, which I definitely stole at the end of last episode.
Yeah, and Templeton makes sure he throws the different plans for this carrier onto your guys' scrolls so you can see it. And just to like reiterate, this thing is pretty massive, right? You have no telling where some of this cargo is going to be stored.
Can I ask Templeton, do you have anything that's kind of like a parachute that we could like attach to some crates or?
And so he's trying to get this straight, like for you guys or for the cargo.
I'm thinking a little bit more for the cargo.
He's like, honestly, there might be something like that aboard the ship that could help you out.
I want to rest. I want to stock up my dust.
I want to do those things. I want to go inspire some people, and then I want to go get some explosives from Takaya.
Is it safe to assume that everybody that's there would recognize us on sight?
Yes or no? I mean, it just kind of depends if you want to wear, like if you want to disguise yourself in any way, that might be better.
Costumes.
Say if I had my delivery man costume from the last
Absolutely.
excursion.
There you go.
Absolutely, that'd be a good idea.
And I think a Takeo delivery man is going to be making a visit to the old docks.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We'll go ahead and give you guys a short rest, and
My
the other
bones.
thing that we're gonna do, that little squabble with Vermilion got you guys up another level, and at this level, you guys get weapon upgrades.
What?
What?
So yeah, all of you guys, kind of at this level, we're going to be able to get weapon upgrades. If you're power based, which will be Phoenix, your weapon's going to gain a +1 to damage if multi-attack, or +2 to damage if it's a single attack.
Cool.
For Asher, right, you get an upgrade for kind of your speed-based weapon. It's going to gain an extra attack, so you're going to be able to make an additional melee or ranged attack. So I think that gives you 3 per turn now. And then for Carrie and Laura, that'll be will based. The weapon can now hold extra dust of each type that the weapon's allowed to fire. All elemental damage is increased by 1. Each of you also are getting some other things now too. Pike, your range attacks now explode in a 5-foot radius, dealing an extra 1d8 fire damage. Right, for Arashtra, you can actually combine 2 of your ranged dust attacks at the same time. And then Asher, you actually have an upgrade that's very similar to what we talked about with Abigail's weapons, right? That she had that thing that allows her to move towards her weapons as well. So kind of in addition to having the grappling hook, kind of like gravity dust glaive to send them back to you, you can now launch yourself towards them if they're hooked into something else. Phoenix, now you are able to Captain America throw your shield, and that'll come right back to you. So you have a little bit of some ranged attacks now. So been upgrades.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Takaya and
Me
Templeton
too.
are able to kind of help you hook you guys up with that.
Thanks, Takaya and
Yeah.
Templeton, I guess.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, you guys
Okay.
get to
So what are we
roll your
rolling
dice
here?
too. You roll the d10. You can take an average of 5.
Gamble.
But then you also get the plus whatever your is it your Constitution modifier is?
Oh, again.
What happened?
Pike rolled 1 again.
Did you really?
Yep.
All right. So 1 plus.
And
your
Arashtra rolled a
Constitution.
9 again. Let's go. Here's my 10. Come on, give me the 10. 5, 4.
So Pike got 1 plus what?
3.
Okay, so you got 4. You got 4.
5 for me. So I have 46.
Phoenix, are you gonna take the average? You're gonna roll for it.
I already rolled. Oh, you already rolled. Yeah.
What was your roll?
I think I rolled a 3 plus 1, so I got 4.
If I get one more 1, I'm gonna go to jail.
You guys are re-energized. We'll go to.
Am I?
Let's see. There's a couple of other things you guys wanted to do. Pike, you wanted to talk to Takaya about getting some explosives, and he is able to kind of hook you up with that. Are you taking? How much are you taking? Let's. This is important.
It's good to clarify that now.
Do we have any sense at all of like how strong this wall is?
Here's what Takaya does. He's able to kind of give you a couple of crates worth of fire dust that would help detonate this. They have no idea how much, what you'd be looking at kind of at this collapse, but it's going to take some people to carry it, right? It's not like something you can just like hold. You guys aren't going to be able to be in short range communication with each other. Right, so who's doing
feeling.
what when is important, unless you guys are like synchronizing your scrolls. Like,
Yeah, when does that come back into play? Is it just because of how big this hangar
yeah,
is?
it's because of how big this hangar is, and
Okay.
some of you are gonna be coming from way up top, some of you are gonna be like in the mountains, some of you are gonna be coming from the sewers.
I say we synchronize and find a good time. I'm thinking 420, either one.
I would say the thing that we can all use would be an explosion to kick off the rest of what we do. If you're going to make a bunch of noise, then that's a cue for the rest of us to proceed, and hopefully you'll be grabbing the attention. But again, you have an army of children and outsiders. So I
Yeah.
don't think you'd probably be the best fit for...
Y'all get in, get situated, just wait, and then when I blow it, we run in, we'll cause a bunch of ruckus. All the people helping me, they leave, get to safety. I'll boo to the ship while y'all do too.
Nothing bad could possibly happen.
Nope.
Pike, you wanted to inspire some kids.
And Graydon's
believe.
people. everybody coming with me. I'd like to.
Okay, yeah, let's go
to
and
try
let's
and
go ahead
rally.
and get that inspiration. Yeah,
Am I in front of them?
you're in front of them.
We have a really hard mission
Wait.
ahead.
Carrie, you're not in focus.
Say something.
Hello, everybody.
Woo!
Hello, everybody. My name is Pike. Some of you may know me as 1/4 of Team SAFR.
Woo!
We need your help. Thank you.
Very inspiring. Taupe's kind of one of the only ones that's like, yeah, and he kind of
You
like
will
looks
find a
around,
brochure
like-
under your chairs with our plan.
And Graydon's like, huh, well, could have been worse, I guess. Go
Hey,
team. And
that's my catchphrase.
Is everyone way more inspired by Graydon's Go team?
Yeah, everyone's more inspired by Graydon's Go team than they were by Pike's.
And he brought Capri Sun, so like,
Yeah, Asher, right, as you guys are kind of equipping and everyone's getting ready to go about, right, kind of on your different paths, Abigail comes in and finds you. She's kind of sitting there, it's like she's trying to figure out what to say, and she's like, I'm sorry, by the way, about all the hoops I made you guys jump through. It wasn't entirely fair after what I did.
I'm sorry, I didn't even know that word was in your vocabulary.
She's like, well, you know, we learned some things every now and then. I'm not going to stop until I've finished this job, so.
The most important thing as we stop the shipment from going out. So I know you have your own agenda, but we need to make sure this airship doesn't leave.
I do have my own agenda, and hopefully those two things can align with each other when we're out there. She hands you back your scroll.
All right, that kind of warms Asher up. He laughs.
So that brings you guys to going on kind of your different routes and stuff. Arashtra and Asher, you lead Abigail and the Hearth right to kind of one of the edge of the cliffs from like the upper side of the city. And right, you guys kind of find the cliff edge that's well above the this hangar, and it is a pretty
not like that. Well above. All right, great.
I mean, it's not a short climb, right? And kind of when you're up there, right, you get that kind of like sinking feeling. Both of you are pretty comfortable with heights, but you get that sinking feeling looking down, like, oh man, this is gonna be a little bit more than you guys thought. So yeah, you guys look at that, and everyone kind of does that kind of like, it's that movie moment where everyone looks and it's like, oh crap, gulp, and you guys start kind of readying your equipment to start lowering yourself down, right? We like flash over to Pike leading this army of children and
Graydon's people
right, like quietly.
We left. We're leaving.
Yeah, so yeah, we kind of like cut over to all of you guys making your way through these tunnels, right? You walk for quite some time, right, before you're able to find kind of a wall that was on the map that Templeton had given to you, and right, this wall looks pretty sturdy. On the other side, it'll lead you to an old hangar. There's not really much telling what is going to be over there waiting for you, but
it's gonna be full of Grimm.
Pike, go ahead and give me a perception roll.
17.
As you're kind of like getting a feel for like this wall that's in front of you, you do kind of sense that there is something like on the other side, right? You hear kind of that telltale growl of Grimm.
I knew it.
You kind of hear that, and Graydon kind of looks at you like, well, what do you got?
Can I look at this wall and maybe kind of figure out how long it would take me to drill like a 6-inch hole, basically?
It would take you a few minutes. I think you can dig like a person-sized hole in like an hour or something like that.
Actually, better. I can dig a 5-foot room in an hour.
Okay, yeah. So you would definitely be able to. It wouldn't take you too long with this drill.
I would like to do that. I'm also, when I said 6-inch, I am assuming that a dust vial is smaller than 6 inches wide.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure.
So I want to start digging through the wall.
You start doing that, and everyone kind of starts taking up positions over there. And then we kind of cut over to Phoenix. Phoenix, who has taken this delivery truck, right? Are you like taking this delivery truck down to kind of like the security terminal? And right, you see like this is a
Can
pretty
you go by
impressive
Kyle
sight.
now?
Hey guys, Kyle here from the Taco Emporium. I'm here to just deliver your tacos.
So yeah, as you pull up, I mean, this place is really impressive. You're the first person that gets like a really good look at it. Again, like they've carved out this huge like gash like through the side of this mountain, right, that now opens up right to this like wide open sky, where they've built all these different docks, and you can see it from where you are. This thing is impossibly huge, probably one of the biggest airships you've ever seen. And you see kind of wave personnel kind of like moving all over the place. There are armed guards. There are people standing in between you and them, right? There are some other people wearing city guard uniforms. They definitely don't look like they are the part. And you see lots of other like merchants and people kind of like going about doing their business, right? So there is a pretty big crowd, right, like all milling about through this like enormous like port. But yeah, you walk up, and right, there's kind of the security terminal that allows these deliveries and stuff to come through. And yeah, the guard asks for your badge.
And I flash my badge and I say, "What is up, my man? Here's my badge."
He scans it and it doesn't work. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, he scans that, and the gate opens up for you.
I just like
I almost spit my drink out.
Almost peed a little.
Yeah, it scans it. He's able to let you through, and he directs you to an area where the trucks have to go. It's not really near the ships, right? He says, but from there you'll have to kind of load it onto a pallet, right?
Cargo pallet.
Yeah, to take anything over over there, and yeah, he directs you towards area where you see some other trucks and stuff parking.
So am I going to be able to take this and transport it from this area to the actual ship, or is this for someone else to like?
Yeah,
basically-
you'll be able to get it towards the ship on your own.
I'll go ahead. I'd like to place things down. I'm gonna use my perception
Sure.
to see. I don't know if there's anything that I can distinguish that might be useful to me now that I'm here. 8.
Yeah, so from where you are, right, it's kind of right. This place is pretty overwhelming. I mean, this is the most people you've seen, like all together. There's a lot of people barking orders at each other. There's a loudspeaker going, right. So this is kind of easy to get lost in all this, and right, it's actually pretty overwhelming. You're gonna have to get a little bit further in, a little bit deeper to kind of figure out kind of what your approach is going to be. But as you start like loading stuff and unloading stuff like from this pallet, you hear a voice. It's someone that it's a voice you recognize, and it's like Phoenix. And
I knew this was coming.
and you look up and you see see Daff.
Freaking Dab.
Daff looking at you, and he is totally perplexed. He's kind of still in his city guard uniform, and he kind of looks over at some of the other like wave gang guys like in their city guard uniforms, and he looks back at you and he's like, what are you doing here? And that is where we'll cut this one off.
No.
For,
No!
No.
Carrie Bird Daff's goodwill, though.
Throw me under the bus. Tell him you don't know me.
Oh my God.